Hey, what is up, dudes? This is andyartstv with your boy Andy Matrix. Rumors, Final Fantasy IX sequel. Let's talk about it. Hello guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that little bell right there so that you can get notifications every time I upload a video. Okay? Enjoy. Alright, so I've just you know, kind of like scrolling through Facebook, and then I kind of like just stumbled upon this in one of the Facebook groups. It's a Facebook Final Fantasy group, and I saw this and I said, okay, I gotta check this out because I am obsessed with Final Fantasy and everything Final Fantasy, right? So here I am on Screen Rant, and it's saying Final Fantasy IX sequel is possible as devs want to continue the story. Now before I read this, I'm not gonna read the entire thing, but it's just really, just to summarize, just to get this off my chest, for those of you who don't like Final Fantasy IX, I like Final Fantasy IX more than I like Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, Final Fantasy VII is still the best, but 9 does not get the respect it deserves. I don't know why. People just don't pay attention to it as much as they should. You know, it's got a great story, and it's more fantasy than sci-fi, right? Which is how Square Enix has been leaning towards ever since Final Fantasy X. Square Enix has been leaning more and more towards the sci-fi fantasy instead of epic fantasy, which is what the other Final Fantasy were like. You know, like Final Fantasy VIII was science fantasy. Final Fantasy 15, science fantasy. Final Fantasy 14 is a massive online MMA, but it's not a standalone game, it's an online game. Final Fantasy 13 got a trilogy, and it's a science fantasy. It's not an epic fantasy, it's a science fantasy. It's different. Huge difference, okay? So, you know, it's Final Fantasy, it's really a special game. It's very unique compared to the others because it has each of its art types. You know, the thief, the black mage, the white mage, the knight. What's it? I guess the fighter or something? I forgot. It's got every single art type that you could imagine. You know, and I mean, not every single art type, but the story is so well done. The story is so well written, and the game is so much fun. But for some reason, it just didn't get the recognition it deserves, you know? And I realized something, that people that like Final Fantasy VIII don't like 9 for whatever reason. But hey, let's continue to start reading. So Final Fantasy IX sequel might happen as the dev team wants to continue the story. According to the recent interview, Final Fantasy IX 20th anniversary, fans holding up hope Final Fantasy IX sequel have new reason to believe it. Could happen eventually thanks to an interview conducted with some of the game's developer in the 20th anniversary. So basically, just to summarize this, they were having a discussion of the 20th anniversary, and the discussion kind of led to making a sequel for the Final Fantasy IX game, right? And they say, oh, it will be really great if we made one. So it's kind of like, it's not even a decision right now, it's just, they're just thinking about it, you know? The same way that they thought of Final Fantasy X Part 2, Final Fantasy X Part 3, a trilogy, you know? The same way that the Final Fantasy 13 became a trilogy. I don't know why the heck it went that long. But yeah, they're really thinking about it. Final Fantasy 7 Remake was such a success. It's also possible that Square Enix will be more open to looking at other popular Final Fantasy games. So meaning Final Fantasy 8 could get a renew, Final Fantasy 6. I don't know about the older games like Final Fantasy 1 and 2. I think some of those were remade for the Nintendo DS, I think. But like, yeah, everything before 6 is probably gonna go untouched. And I just want to scroll down to this part. It says Final Fantasy bring back FF9's active time event system. Oh, the time event? I mean, that's just kind of like when something's happening, another side of the story. Like, you kind of press the select button, and then that other event happens. but I don't see, like, I don't really think it's that such an important feature, you know. There's other ways to progress the story. And here it was talking about, wait, hold on. Yeah, so obviously the statement is by no means confirmation that Final Fantasy IX sequel is happening. In fact, it's possible evidence that it hasn't even been much of a discussion up until this point. Exactly, it's only been a discussion thus far. However, what Itahana's statement confirmed, Itahana, one of the producers, is that the desire for a return to the world of the story of Final Fantasy IX isn't just something fans want. The development team is on board with the idea too, or at the very least, some of its members are Final Fantasy is a franchise that isn't quick to give up on its past iterations. Even with Final Fantasy, what is that, 11? Is still going strong. Really? I fucking like Final Fantasy 12, 11. I didn't like those games. And there was another article here by, who was it? Game Rant. Yeah, so basically after this interview, yeah, so they were saying that it might happen, and they're really thinking about it. And honestly, because the remastered version was such a success, the answer is most likely yes, they will freaking make it. Probably most likely 3 years from now, 2002, 2022, right? Sometime around there. And I'm just gonna skim through this one. It says every party member ranked by intelligence. This is the final boss. 10 hilarious, more fun. Oh, this is just, I don't know what the heck is this. Alright, but anyways, guys, so yeah, so don't get too excited. Right now is just is Square Enix, they're just kinda like thinking like, should we do it? We really wanna do it, but should we? And the answer is yes, motherfuckers, you should. But it has not been confirmed. But this is something that I noticed about Square Enix, is that every time they kind of like tease you with an interview saying, oh well, we might do this. Like when, what was it, in 2017, 2018, when they said, oh yeah, we're not gonna remake Final Fantasy VIII, and then like months later, the remastered version fucking came out. That's what they're doing here. That's what I believe they're doing anyways. They're saying, oh yeah, we don't know if we're gonna make it, but then like a year later, you know, they make an announcement. Oh yeah, we're making a Final Fantasy IX, guys, by the way. So that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. This is your boy Andy Matrix, andyartstv, and the music that is playing is from Final Fantasy VII Remake. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment below. Would you like to see a Final Fantasy IX sequel? A sequel, guys. Yeah, baby. Alright, peace out, dudes.